What's up everybody, Chef Glenn B and I'm back in the kitchen, and today I'm working on braised lamb shanks. Let's get started. Okay, so I've got my lamb shanks here and I want to get those seasoned up, and I need a roux for the lamb shanks, so I need to get that going as well. All right, so the first thing I need to do is get my lamb shanks seared. I've got these two beautiful lamb shanks here, and I'm gonna season them. Some black pepper here. Add some salt. All right, I've got my hot Dutch oven here. I got some canola oil. And I'm gonna sear these lamb shanks completely around. All right, so while my lamb shanks are browning, I need a roux for the sauce that we're gonna cook the lamb shanks in. I've got a little small pot here, and I've got some butter. I'm gonna let that melt. All right, to my butter, I'm gonna go ahead and add my flour. All right, I need to flip my lamb shank. All right, that's about as far as I want to go with the roux. I don't want to darken it. And I'm going to set this aside and allow it to cool. So my lamb shanks look really good. I think I'm ready to pull them out. All right, to my pan, I'm ready to go ahead and add my mirepoix. I'm gonna cook that for a couple of minutes, 3 or 4 minutes. I wanna get a little brown on it. I don't want it to go too far and get mushy, but a little brown on it to be nice. All right, my vegetables look good. They're browning. I'm gonna go ahead and add my tomato paste. And I wanna cook this only for about a minute or so. I want to start to get the fragrance of the tomato paste. Allow the tomato paste to brown just a little. All right, so I'm ready to add my wine to the pot. All right, so my wine has reduced. I'm ready to go ahead and add my veal stock. Okay, so I have here a sachet of herbs. Let me explain what's in here. I've got some fresh thyme, got a bay leaf, I've got a few sprigs of parsley, a couple of cloves of garlic, and if you look really closely there, I've got a couple of black peppercorns that I've cracked up. So what I'm gonna do with my sachet of herbs is I'm gonna just tie them up. Fold this into itself. I'm gonna roll it up, twist it up, and I have a piece of twine here that I rolled up because I didn't have any butcher's twine. Actually, this is a part of the cheesecloth, not twine. I didn't have any twine, So I took a piece of cheesecloth, I'm rolling it up, and I'm just gonna tie my sachet of herbs up with it. Pull it tight, and there we are. I'm gonna cut off the excess edges there. I'm gonna cut off the excess edges of my sachet. Good to go. So I've got my roux that I made earlier. I'm gonna go ahead and add that to the sauce. All right, so I've got a whole head of garlic that I cut in half. I'm gonna throw that in. Throw my sachet in. All right, so I'm ready to braise my lamb shanks. Okay, so as you can see, my lamb shanks are a little bit exposed. I want to add a little bit more stock to that. I want them to be pretty much nearly submerged. And my sauce is really thick. It could use a little bit more stock. That's where I want them to be. Right up to the tops. So I'm gonna cover this. I got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, and I'm gonna braise these for about 2 hours. So I'm making an herb mashed potatoes to go with my lamb shanks. I've got some Yukon Gold potatoes here, and I'm just gonna boil these. Once I get them up to a boil, I'm gonna cook them for about 25-30 minutes or so. All right, so my potatoes are done boiling. I've drained the water out of them, and I'm gonna turn this heat on because I wanna make sure that all of the moisture is gone out of the pot. While those are drying out, I've got some fresh herbs. I got some basil and some chives. So my potatoes are dried out. Got some butter I'm gonna add to the pot. Start mashing them up. Got some heavy cream. Add a little bit of olive oil. Add some salt. Some fresh cracked black pepper. And I've got some herbs again. I chopped the chives and the basil. I'm gonna go ahead and add all of that. So my lamb shanks are done. I've set them aside and I've strained the sauce from the lamb shanks into this pot. And I feel like the sauce needs to be a little thicker, so I have a cornstarch slurry, just some cornstarch and water, and I'm gonna add it to the sauce to thicken it up a little bit. As soon as I get the sauce hot enough to add the cornstarch. All right, so my lamb shanks are done and I'm ready to plate them up. So I'm gonna start with my mashed potatoes. Put them right in the middle of the bowl. Next, I got my lamb shank. And I'm just gonna work with my hands on these. I'm gonna stand that up. Right there. Got some sauce here. And a little bit of garnish. And those are my braised lamb shanks. All right, so everything's done. I've got my lamb shank plated up. I'm ready to get into the tasting. So I've chosen to pair my lamb shank with a 2020 Daou Soul of a Lion Cabernet Sauvignon. This is absolutely one of my favorite Cabernet Sauvignons. This is actually, there are various reasons why this is my favorite. First and foremost, it's a delicious wine. Secondly, it's not a Napa Valley wine. It's from Paso Robles. It's actually, it's very uniquely Paso Robles when you taste it. I mean, the fruit, it's just so uniquely that place. It's one of the reasons why I love this wine. I want to give the wine a taste. Deep dark in color. It's a young wine, it's a 2020. Getting cigar box, little leather. Dark fruit. That's so Daou with me. Where Paso Robles is. If you know where Paso Robles is, you'll know that they get plenty of good sunshine in the daytime, and where they are on the mountain, it's cool at night. So this fruit, it actually speaks to all of that sunshine they get during the day. It's so uniquely Daou. Great. It's a rich mouthfeel. It's very full bodied. Again, the deep, dark, rich fruit. It's like, it's almost like really ripe, mature fruit. It's a young wine, but it is crazy. The fruit is so ripe and so luscious and so rich and so vibrant. Again, one of my favorite wines. Now let's see how it pairs. So tender. Delicious lamb shank, herb mashed potatoes, delicious. Let's check the pairing. Immediately, fantastic pairing. So it was a perfect pairing immediately. I mean, it melded together. It was in sync from the outset. I mean, literally. Oh yeah. Wow. It's so, I get a little bite of this and I sip the wine and all of a sudden it just got a little richer. Go figure. I gotta try it again. You know I have to double check. Actually, it will be a triple check because I already double checked, but I'm gonna double check again. Wow. So one of the things that I'm noticing, we get these strange, in the pairing, we get these strange things going on. So I'm getting bacon. So as I tasting this lamb and mashed potatoes, sipping the wine, and all of a sudden it becomes bacon. I'm getting bacon fat flavors in my mouth. It's one of the beautiful things about wine. I mean, you never know, you just never know. So I'd like to take this opportunity to thank a subscriber out there who actually requested this lamb shank recipe. I told you I'd get it in for you. Here it is, it's your lamb shank recipe. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank all of you that have subscribed and been watching my videos. I really appreciate it. If you're new, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I actually regularly drop videos where I share my favorite recipes and I pair them with wines. I'm Chef Glenn B, and as always, eat well.